What's going What's going on, my dudes? It's your boy Chris Thrash. Welcome back to another episode of Overkill Reviews right here on BangerTV, your weekly metal review show. Now, this week, we're all in for a very special treat. We've got my favorite Quebecicans out of Montreal. The Canadian tech death titans CRYPTOPSY with their newest release, and Insatiable Violence, out June 14th via Seasons of Mist Records. But first, let's refresh on some of our country's greatest exports history. Formed in 1988, initially under the name Obsessive Disorder in Montreal, in 1992, the band renamed to CRYPTOPSY upon the joining of arguably the best Canadian drummer outside of Neil Peart, Flo Molnier. The band also gained heavier cannonry in the sixth-string department with the joining of Christian Donaldson in 2005. Following Lord Worm's exit from the band in 2007, our vocalist and Vox and Hops king himself, Matt McGachy, stepped into the fold as a lead singer in 2008. Now, we're 9 albums and 30-plus years into the band's existence. How does an Insatiable Violence fare in the band's discography? Let's find out. On episode 493 of the Vox and Hops Metal Podcast, Matt McGachy discussed with John Keeble how in the past for his lyric writing, he would deliberately not have any rhyming words when he writes. With an Insatiable Violence, we get treated to a myriad of rhymes and devices that Matt sows within the flesh of this record. The Nimbus Adoration hits right in the trenches of one of my favorite Facebook meme pages. If you don't expose your nostrils, you're not thrash. My teeth are exposed and nostrils flared. It is hard to breathe, but nobody cares. While CRYPTOPSY may have undergone numerous lineup changes throughout the decades, the fact of the matter being is that each record under the guidance of Christian Donaldson sounds better than the last. And as much of As Gomorrah Burns absolutely rips, I've got to say, the production on this record shines the brightest, hands down. Bassist Ollie's riffs come in clankier, tangier, and pop out of the mix incredibly well. 50 seconds into Dead Eyes Replete, chunky, cannibal-esque, bloodthirsty era groove going on it. The 120 to 130 mark of Fool's Last Acclaim definitely showcases Flo's vibrantly violent drum fills, and for a guy pushing 40 years into his craft, he doesn't slow down. The cover art for An Insatiable Violence was created by the late great vocalist Martin LaCroix. The album artwork has got to be one of the most important things to us, the band says. Martin LaCroix was one of our vocalists, one of our great friends, and one of the nicest people that anyone could have the privilege to meet. His perfect smile says it all. Rest in peace, brother. This is just an example, but anywhere you turn with meme culture or the criticism of this band, there's people always complaining, there's no riffs on CRYPTOPSY, they're a deathcore band. Okay, they had one deathcore release. I am telling you, as a fan of metal, that CRYPTOPSY, currently as of 2025, are not deathcore. Seethe and cope. Secondly, it's fair criticism to say I'm not a fan of how their songs have a bit more of a hive mind instead of a singular riff that I can follow along to on an album, which, sure, that's a valid criticism. Here's the thing. CRYPTOPSY are human beings, and as a band, they refuse to be stagnant, and that's something I really respect about them. They push the envelope, they lean into different influences and vibes that are ultimately chaotic in nature, and even the higher echelon of music academia congratulates them with their Juno nomination and award-winning records in the past. Would I have liked to have heard a little bit more chugga-chugga riff? Sure, but I also don't want to be here and tell you to, go replicate None So Vile or Blasphemy Made Flesh. I like the fact that this band grows over the years. And personally, for me, I would have enjoyed a few more Donaldson solos on this album. Not to say that what he laid down wasn't delicious, but I definitely would have wanted more of it. So, what's the verdict on this record? For me, this is a solid 4 out of 5 skulls on this one. Fan of CRYPTOPSY will not be disappointed or have the ick of, wait, did they peak on their last album cycle because of their acclamations or Juno win? No. An Insatiable Violence is going to be an insatiable earworm for death metal fans across the board. See? Earworm! Ha! Lord Worm! He's not on the record. Complain about it some more. Shoutouts! Time for some shoutouts. Fellow Banger fan, I'm Dartson3679 commented, one thing I wish everyone at Banger did for shoutouts is give a brief description of each one, and at least the country and genre. Well, this one's for you, pal, and be sure to comment on this video. I assure you, I respond and read to every single one of your comments. Shoutout from the Midwest, Cincinnati, Ohio. Acid Mass with their latest thrashy EP, Violent End, out now via Motorpunk Records. Hell Crash with their latest full-length Infermo Crematory, out on Dying Victims Blackened Speed Metal from Italy. Dominic Di Coco. Awaken the Night with their LP Total Commando, out now via Metal Coffin Records for all you trad chads and speed metal enthusiasts, again from Italy. So, what'd you guys think of the record? Does this hold well in comparison to As Gomorrah Burns? Did you enjoy an Insatiable Violence more than any of CRYPTOPSY's previous records? Meet me in the comment box down below so we can butt heads, discuss, and see what you guys thought about this record. You've been great. I've been Chris, signing off.